Today, we are diving deep into how you can climb the career ladder in the hospitality industry. And the best part? We're not just talking about theory. Nope. We're going to be sharing real internship and management programs for 2026 that you can actually go and apply for.
You know that classic career dream, right? Start in an entry-level job and work your way all the way to the top to senior management. But let's be real. In today's world, is that even possible anymore?
Well, the answer is a huge yes. Hospitality is genuinely one of the last industries where you can start on the ground floor and climb all the way to a corporate role, and often way faster than in other fields. But, and this is a big but, you've got to be smart about building the right skills as you go.
So here's the game plan. First, we'll look at the different ways you can grow. Then, we'll map out a typical career path, and we'll use some real-world examples. After that, we'll pinpoint the exact skills you need. And finally, we'll give you everything you need to launch your career in 2026. Sound good? Let's get into it.
Okay, first up, let's talk about the growth engine itself. Because it's not always just a straight line to the top. There are actually a few different directions your career can go.
So really, there are three main ways to move. You've got vertical progression, that's the classic climb up the ladder. Then there's horizontal progression. This is where you move sideways, maybe from the front desk over to food and beverage. It's a great way to get a really broad range of experience. And finally, there's cross-functional progression. That's the big leap into the corporate and strategic jobs that oversee a bunch of different hotels.
All right, let's move on and see how this all comes together to form a real career ladder, step by step.
This lays it out perfectly. The journey starts with those super important entry-level jobs, then you move up to supervisor and middle management, then on to senior leadership, and from there, you can even jump to those big strategic corporate roles. We're going to break down every single one of these steps.
Everybody's got to start somewhere, right? These entry-level jobs, like a front office associate or working in food and beverage, they are your foundation. The main focus here is just learning the nuts and bolts of how everything works, giving guests amazing service, learning how to be a great teammate, and just getting that crucial on-the-ground experience.
And here we go, your first actionable step. Marriott International has a fantastic hotel internship program for 2026. It gives you real, hands-on training in operations, F&B, rooms, even HR. You can find all the info you need at careers.marriott.com.
Now, if you're maybe looking for an opportunity over in Europe, check out the NH Hotel Group's internship program for 2026. This one gives you a taste of front office, F&B, housekeeping, and sales. And the link is right there for you, corporate.minorhotels.com.
Okay, so after you've mastered the basics, the next rung on the ladder is the supervisory level. And this is a huge transition. You're not just doing the job anymore, now you're leading other people to do the job. Your whole focus shifts to managing people and making sure shifts run smoothly.
And check this out, a program built specifically for that jump. Marriott's Rotational Hotel Operations Internship for winter/spring 2026 is perfect for building those first leadership skills. It moves you through different departments to get you ready to lead. Again, the direct link is right there on the screen.
Next up, you're climbing into middle management. Now, as a restaurant manager or front office manager, you're in charge of a whole department's performance. Your world becomes all about training your team, hitting your KPIs, key performance indicators, and making sure your guests are happy.
If you want to fast track into one of these roles, graduate programs are an amazing way to do it. Jury's Inn and Leonardo Hotels has an 18-month rotational program for 2026 that's literally designed to build future hotel managers. You can find this one over on brightnetwork.co.uk.
When you hit senior management, your perspective has to get a whole lot wider. As a hotel manager, you're not just managing one team anymore. You're overseeing multiple departments, you're in charge of budgets, and you're making the big strategic calls for the entire hotel.
The big global hotel groups are always looking for their next leaders. IHG's management experiences for 2026 are built to give you long-term exposure to both the hotel operations and the corporate side of things, all to groom you for these top jobs. You can check out the details at internshipsphere.net.
And finally, we get to the very top of the ladder, these strategic and corporate roles. At this level, your influence goes way beyond just one hotel. As an area manager or someone in brand operations, the decisions you make can impact dozens of properties, entire brands, or even huge regions of the world.
A perfect example of how to get on this track is the Hilton Corporate Internship Program for 2026.
This isn't about the day-to-day of running a hotel. This is about seeing the big picture, getting a taste of corporate HR, finance, marketing, and business strategy. The link for that one is jobs.hilton.com.
Let this one really sink in. It's not about how many years you've been working, it's about what you can do. How fast you move up is all about the skills you have, not just the time you've put in.
And that leads us perfectly into our third section, the specific skills you need to pack in your professional toolkit to make that climb happen.
Okay, think of your skills like you're building a house. On the left, you have your foundation skills. We're talking communication, teamwork, emotional intelligence. These are the absolute non-negotiables. They're the concrete foundation. You can't build anything without them. But if you want to build a skyscraper, you need more. That's where the strategic skills on the right come in. As you move into leadership, you start adding things like strategic thinking, revenue management, and cross-cultural leadership to your toolbox. It's not about forgetting the foundation, it's about building on top of it to go higher.
And now for the final section. We've gone over the theory, the pathways, and the skills. So it's time to put it all together into a guide you can actually use to launch your career.
So, we've thrown a lot of opportunities and links at you, so we put every single one of them onto this one summary slide. From the Marriott internship all the way to Hilton's corporate program, it is all right here. Seriously, think of this as your personal application dashboard. Go ahead and pause here, take a screenshot, and start exploring these incredible opportunities.
So there you have it. The opportunities are real, the paths are clear, and now you know what skills you need to build. The career ladder is right there, waiting for you. The only question left is, what's your first step going to be?